everyone, welcome to Inside Ojodu magazine. I am Oluwadamla Johnson. On the show with me today is Omowunmi, the CEO of Wumycakes. Please, can you tell us about yourself, your interest, your background, everything? Please let them know.
Okay, thank you very much. My name once again is Oduloye, Omowunmi. Okay, I'm from a family of 4, and we are all girls.
Wow.
And I studied English at Lagos State University. English, then I also went for my master's at Unilag, that's University of Lagos. So basically I have master's in English and first degree in English. Then I also speak French and a bit of Chinese because I've taken courses in different languages. So for me, baking comes as a passion. I enjoy baking a lot. And I can trace the origin of baking back to my interactive days with my mom in the kitchen. She enjoys cooking, so, and I also enjoy standing with her in the kitchen. So I enjoy eating, actually, picking food, eating, and assisting her in the kitchen. So I enjoy doing that. So that was the time my cousin came around to spend this long break, one of those ASU strike.
Yes.
So, and during that strike, she said, "Wummy, guess what? I can bake." I said, "Start up where you can bake." She said, "Yes, I can bake." And she said, "Okay, let's mix this together, flour, butter, sugar." And that was how it all started. By assisting her consistently, before I knew it, I started repeating and doing what she loves doing as well. And before I could say Jack, I started baking. That was how it all started. So my elder sister actually encouraged me to go to a confectionery school along the line that, okay, fine, you know how to bake. Why don't you groom this skill? Aside from being a graduate of English, it's not just being a graduate in the society again. Applying skills to it can actually enhance you to be a better person. So I decided to go to a confectionery school around Ojodu display, around Ojodu, that's mix and bake. So that was where I went to, and I started grooming my passion for food, that is cake, to be precise.
So when did you start this business professionally?
Professionally, that was when I finished from university.
So immediately you finished, you just went straight.
But interesting thing is I've been baking along the line. Even as a student, I was baking.
So you're getting jobs?
Yes, I was getting jobs. I was baking for my lecturers.
Oh, that's impressive.
Is that interesting? Even my lecturers say, "Yaunike, come here." It was that interesting. Oh, starting up, I must say, starting up was getting my own equipment. Okay. As a starter, I didn't have the money to buy mixer, the basic equipment, the mixer, the oven, the big oven, and some other things. So to improvise, I would have to use turning stick, to mix the butter. That's quite hard. At a point, I was having chest pain, so I was like, no, I can't go through this stress again. So I had to save towards buying a mixer, and immediately I got a mixer, it was like 50% of the burden was off. So I had to save towards getting an oven as well. So getting those 2 equipment has actually enhanced the business. Every other equipment can come in, but for a starter, at least you need a mixer and an oven. So for me, when I didn't have an oven, I was working with pots and stove. So that was what I was working with.
So what are the only challenges you had?
Also convincing people that you can actually do this. There are other brands that are well known in the business. So most times people tend to say, "Can you do it? Give me sample."
They don't want to trust.
They'll tell you, "Give me sample first." And I'm like, even the sample, I have to buy this material in the market. So even if you will not pay for the sample, pay half of it, half of the money. So I will do something okay for you. You don't expect me to do sample for 10 people. At the end of that means I won't have any gain or any profit or anything to even turn back into my business. So, having to convince people, but over time, doing what you love doing. But as a matter of fact, I did a lot of free cake. Wow. In my starting days, I did a lot of free cake. If there's any activities in the family, I'll just bake. Anything in the church, I will bake. Any of my friends doing something, I will bake. So in the process of baking, and people keep tasting free cake, to be in quote.
People love free things.
So, people love free things. So after a while, people are like, okay, that cake is nice. Let's give her a shot. But even at that, people won't pay much, you understand? Because they still know you are a starter and everything. So they tend to say, if you don't collect this money, I will give it to someone else. You know, as someone now, you just have to take
like
the
that.
money like that.
Okay, that's good. So if you have multiple jobs at a time, how do you manage them?
Multiple jobs at a time. For me, I plan myself first.
Okay.
I plan myself. I start with the hardest parts.
Okay.
Take, for instance, wedding cake. I start by making flowers, the fondants, if those are going to be part of the details. You know, I do that ahead of time. Then there are times that I do have more than multiple jobs that I, as a person, can manage. For that, I invite some of my friends, my colleagues that are also bakers like me. So I invite them. And at times, my students as well.
Oh, you have students?
Yes, I have
so
students.
You have like a school or what?
I train people that want to train, that want to learn the art of cake making. So most times when I'm having SS job or multiple job, I tell them you have to stay around. At least you have to see what we are doing. That way you can actually groom your own skill as well. It's not just all about what we do in class. Yes. Because at times some things might be taught in class, but when you're on the field, you are doing practical things, then you begin to see how some things are applied. Yes, how some things are applied.
So how do you measure your success?
I can't measure my success because I'm not yet where I want to be. For me, I'm still starting.
You're still starting?
I'm still starting.
With how many followers you're still starting?
I'm still starting. I still want more followers that will patronize me, not just having followers for the fun of it. No, I want people that followers that I can actually influence in sense of art-wise. You know, for me, cake is an art. So when you see cake, it's like you're telling a story. Like I try to relate my undergraduate course to what I do right now. Take for instance, I majored in poetry. So, you know, poetry is like telling a story intensively within a short frame. Like, okay, you have 7-line poem. You can tell 15 pages of poem in a 7-line poem. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
As condensed as the poem may be, as short as the poem may be, maybe Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. As short as that poem may be, you can write an epistle from it. So the same thing goes with cake. As small as a cake may be, you can tell a whole lot about your feeling with that same art. We just, no matter how small, how short, you know, when the recipient sees the cake, he or she is excited, like, this is so nice. And that is the joy that comes from baking. So for me, I keep doing it. It's interesting.
So what was your biggest failure? And how has it affected your success?
For me, I won't say failure per se, but I will say I've actually made mistakes in the past. I'm not that perfect. There are times that some little details from the client might just slip your mind. And when things like that happen, you know, it gets at the client. Some client gets angry, and it takes a while to get across to the client, apologizing, telling them I'm sorry. I promise you this won't repeat itself. I'll make it up to you maybe with an extra box of cupcake and so on and so forth. So for me, things like that makes me focus, listen attentively when people place order. Say for instance, you are telling me you want this. Some people don't even have that time to chat with you on a long on a long conversation. They just place this call. I want this, I want this, I want this. So you have to listen and have this memorizing memory that you can actually capture everything or go back and okay, what was this person trying to say, and do it again. You know.
So what did you learn from your failures?
To be strong, to be wiser, to be smarter, especially when people don't want to pay you up. You know, you know, you have to be smarter. You know, and you have to set some rules and regulation and stick by it. That okay, this is what the organization stands for, and this is what I will stand for. I won't do anything outside these rules and regulations. If you cannot actually fit into these rules and regulations, sorry, I can't help you.
Okay, that's cool. That's very good. So, how has social media enhanced your business? What role has it played? I know everybody's on social media right now. Everybody's posting their cakes. Everybody's doing this. How has it helped you?
I must confess, it has done a lot for me. I've through social media, I've been able to get across to a larger audience. People all over the world, people I don't know.
So you made cakes for people outside? Outside
Nigeria, yes. I have so many people that place.
So how do you not take it there?
No, most people, okay, we have Nigerians in diaspora that are outside Nigeria. So some still order for their loved ones in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
So most times, if you are outside UK, Canada, you can just place the order, you send your money, I'll deliver to the clients in Nigeria.
So if you're not a baker, What would you have been doing?
Maybe I would have been a media personnel. I
Oh,
love,
really?
yes, I love talking. I
Love
love talking. I
talking.
love entertainment. I just love the showbiz business, but I enjoy baking. I enjoy cooking.
So you're
Even if
baking.
if I'm not actually cooking, even if I had gone into media, I would say maybe I would have loved to anchor a food show.
Oh, that's impressive.
Impressive. I actually cook on TVC.
Wow, I need to
I do that. I do that.
That's interesting. So what message do you have for budding entrepreneurs?
Well, for me, I would love to encourage any entrepreneur out there to keep doing what he or she loves to do. Don't give up. No matter what the society or economy might be dishing out right now, just be good at what you do. Once your job is neat, once your job is good, people will definitely look for you. That is just the interesting thing about our work. There's this adage, now when man they work, now in the chop. If your work is good, people will seek you out, no matter where you are, no matter where you are located. People will look for you. That's my advice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma.
Thank you, everyone.
Hello, my name is Oduloye, Omowunmi, CEO Wumycakes and Confectionaries. Shout out to everyone within Ojodu and its environs. Keep watching Inside Ojodu Online Magazine.